Hello everybody, welcome to Beta 101, and today I've just started making Beta 101, so I don't know if you guys will enjoy it, but if you guys do, make sure to drop a like down below, guys, and I will continue this series. So, today's beta is going to be on The Sims. Now, The Sims, it came out in 2002, I think it was late or early? I think it was late. Anyways, Sims came out in 2002, and before 2002, they started developing it in 2001, and I can't say who did it because copyright issues, I guess. So we can't do that. Can't talk about who did what, but I could talk about the company. I can't talk about the people in the company, but I could talk about the company itself. So EA had a lot of ideas of making a simulation game because they already made, let's see, Goat Simulator, in which Goat Simulator came out a few years later, in which that's what The Sims is about. Kind of like, you get my point. The Sims was one of the very first simulated games, and they never had a simulated game before, and Goat Simulator is part of it, blah blah blah. Anyways, Sims, when it first came out, it was just going to be a little simulation game. They were just for beta testing. And one of the people in EA, or EA Sports, or whatever you call them, they said, hey, do you care if we try to make a little game out of this? They said, sure. Try your hardest, I guess, to make some little people, all that. And they went through everything, and it turned out great. But there were some things that they took out of the game. Now, one of the things that they took out of the game was you were going to be able to be an alien. Now, the first and second game had the aliens, but you could not become them. In which, I really don't know why they had them in there in the first place then. Because they're pretty much useless. They don't really do anything besides come and bug the crap out of you. But, really, I think they're just there because you just wanted them there. But you were going to be able to make your own alien and any type of animal and everything. It turned out great when they were beta testing it, but then when they tried it on the disc, it had a lot of lagging issues. The frame rate was all the way down to like 5 or 6, so they wouldn't be able to make the game. So after a few months of trying to get it to work, they had to say no. We cannot put animals and aliens right now. We might do that in the future when the newer consoles come out, like the 360 or the PS3. But right now we cannot because the consoles cannot hold it. So now we have dogs and stuff because they have DLCs and stuff now, guys. So guys, we have DLCs and stuff. So guys, after they stopped making the animals and everything for it, they still had a lot of the animals left over. And a few months later, actually a few years later, after they made the first Sims, they figured to make the second Sims. And I didn't really want to talk about the first Sim because it had 2-player and the frame rate was... I can't say it. No. Anyways, the first Sim sucked, that's all I want to say. So anyways, the second Sims, I think it's one of my favorites. Because it had a storyline if you had the PSP version. A storyline! I mean, who would not like a freaking storyline into a simulated game? So that's why I pretty much liked it. And it started getting good, but after a while I figured, why can't we find out what they didn't have in the game? Because really I don't know what they had in the game or they didn't have in the second game, so let's just figure it out ourselves. So I figured it out. I looked through the files of Sims 2, and there's a lot of things that was in there in which they didn't put in there. So one of the first things was from Sims 1 that was actually in the Sims 2 data files, in which that was a dog, in which I thought they said they weren't going to make dog. I don't care. They have a freaking dog in there, okay? Don't ask me why, I don't know. It's just, I think they had it in there because they're like in the same room where they're making the games and stuff. I don't know. So anyways, after a few years later, after I got the game, I know, I just went out of talking or whatever. But anyways, after a few months later, after I had the game on the PSP, it started getting really, really, really glitchy. And EA came up with a update to it for the PSP, in which I have no idea how they did it, guys. I don't know how they update the PSPs, because you can't freaking put an update on it if you don't have internet. I mean, they probably put it on the disc, but, you know, I don't know. Anyways, they had an update for and they took out a lot of stuff. One of the things they took out while they were taking out the old update and putting the newest update was there was no personality thing, which I'm a personality right now. They did have personality when the game very first came out, but after like a few months later, they came up and they took out a lot of stuff. Personality, they took out where you could customize his face on Sims to the PSP and all that stuff, which really, really, really sucked. So I don't know, it's just, I'm thinking that it sucks. But I don't know, it's up to you guys. Tell me if you guys found a way how to get the old update back, because they have it now. Which I really wish I shouldn't have told them that I needed the update. Anyways, I think it was in early, 2010 or 11 when they started making Sims 3, which is right here. That came out on the 360, the PS3, the PC, and it came out, I think, on the Nintendo DS, I think? I don't know, don't ask me. Actually, guys, look it up for me and tell me in the comments below if you guys know. Anyways, they started making it for the DS, I think, and I think it went out great. But I don't know. I've never played the DS version. I didn't even know that it existed. So I don't know if it exists or not, but I think it turned out pretty great. What I've heard. But the Xbox 360 version and the PS3 version are completely different than the regular PC version. Now, what's weird is that there's karma powers, same thing as PC, but there's some that's took out. So like, okay, so here's the karmas: instant beauty, good times, blessed a mess, super satisfied, stroke of genius, get lucky, giant jackpot, divine inversion, cosmic curse, firestorm, quake maker, poltergeist, and epic fail. Now, read all of these once at a time, and then if you guys have a PC version, go and look at the karmas on there. Now, there's like, I think about 2 or 3 missing on each slot right here, because I think they took that out because of reasons. But anyways, that ain't a major thing, but what the major thing is that the challenge rewards, there aren't all the challenges, which they couldn't put in the Xbox 360 version because of time restraints. And EA wanted to make it on holiday 2011 or 10. So they were like, okay, well, we gotta hurry up and sell this out. So they sold it out, and I don't know why my guy's doing that, but anyways, what I'm saying is that the Xbox 360 and PS3 version did not turn out so good as we thought it would. Because, dang, man, we got our very first PS3 and Xbox 360 Sims. I mean, who would not want that? I mean, I would, but they need to make it better. So anyways, and then came out Sims 4. I'm literally crying right now. Just leave me alone, please. Okay. Anyways, Sims 4 is really, really bad. I mean, they still have a lot of things from the Sims 3 and Sims 2 and 1, but a lot of things are took out. I mean, I'm not going to explain them all because they're too big. So, figure it out yourself if you have Sims 4 and have Sims 3 also. And I'm going to tell you one thing actually about Sims 4. It is not, I repeat, it is not on the consoles. No, don't boo-hoo me. I don't care, cause I'm getting a PC soon, and I'll be freaking able to get it maybe. But I'm saving up to get Sims 3 on the computer so I can show you guys that too. So I don't know. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to drop a like down below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.